Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today is day 5 of our New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar. Between December 1st and December 25th, we'll be trying 25 random, fun, mysterious, funky samples together. We're going to be giving tasting notes, we're going to rate them, and we're going to be guessing what we're drinking throughout the video. And then at the end, we'll find out exactly what we're drinking. Let's get into day number 5. On the nose here, that's incredibly sweet, and I will say the color is pretty dark on this. Now, in the previous 2 days, you'll have to check out those videos before I spoil them, but to spoil them, I was really thinking we were in the Irish whiskey territory, but today we're drinking a bourbon. There is so much vanilla on this, so much maple on this. That smells really, really sweet and really, really nice. I'm immediately thinking on the nose, we're drinking Hardin's Creek 211. Very reminiscent of just a ton of sweetness on this. Let's take a sip. Okay. There's a lot of vanilla on that. It's a ton of vanilla on that. But it tastes pretty familiar. I'm trying to remember where I've had something like this. Like, this is pure vanilla. I mean, there's some oak in there. You can argue there's a little bit of cherry in there, but we are drinking just pure vanilla to my palate on this. It smells like vanilla and it tastes like vanilla. Where have I had this much vanilla? Now, I don't think we're in the rye category. There's really no rye spice at all on this. Probably in the wheated bourbon category, because there's just usually a ton of vanilla on wheated bourbons, and I am getting a little bit of sweet corn and wheat on there, so I think we're in the wheated bourbon category, which would take me away from the Hardin's Creek 211, but wheated bourbon with that much vanilla. And the proof seems to be around 105, 110. It's not super low, but it's not super high. Oh man, I've had something like this before. Oh man, if this is like a Weller full proof, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself for not getting this. But to be fair, I haven't had Weller full proof in like a year, and even then I only ever had it once. Should really have it sometime soon, but... And this is really sweet. I'm leaning, this is wheated, this is a bourbon, this is probably from Kentucky. This is not MGP. Oh man, let's take a second sip. It's weird, because honestly what it reminds me of most is like a Weller 107 squat bottle. Like, of having like a Weller 107, because I don't think the proof there is 114. I really don't think we're touching Weller full proof here. It's like pure vanilla. This is what I got out of when I reviewed like a 2016 Weller squat, and it's really nice. It's really nice. Like, we're in the mid to high 7s here. It's just the palate is really flat, which I don't even know if we're at 107 proof. I'm thinking we might even be at like 100 proof on this. It's just pure vanilla. Like, there's some oak, there's some cherry, there's maybe a little tiny bit of stuff like, you know, sugar cane, stuff like that, but to me, that is vanilla. We're going to take a third sip here. I'm trying to think of what all the wheated bourbons that I've had. I haven't had that many wheated bourbons, that's the thing. Wheated bourbon tends to not be super to my palate, and to be fair, while I think this is really good and really sweet and delicious, like, it's not competing against bottles to me that, you know, can be $200, $300, $400 that aren't wheated bourbons. So if we are in that price range, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed in this. But if we're not, man, I mean, I'm leaning towards Old Weller 107. And if this might be something totally different, that's the fun of the Advent Calendar. Let's take a third sip, put in our final guess, put in a rating, and let's find out what we're drinking. It's pure caramel and maple and vanilla. It's just sweet. It's just sweet. It's a short to medium finish. It's like 100 proof. I'm going Weller 107 squat. I don't really have many wheated bourbons to guess off of beyond that, but I think it's something in that department. If this isn't a wheated bourbon, I'm going to be pretty surprised, because there is zero rye spice on this. There's pure good, weedy, vanilla goodness. I'm going to rate this 7.7. I love the sweetness on this. It is pretty simple and straightforward on the palate, but that nose is just incredible. That nose is in the 8s. So, really carrying through. Let's find out what we're drinking. So, I'll put on your screen exactly what I'm looking at as I'm looking at it. We are on day 5. Let's check the photos. This is, oh wow, Woodford Reserve Double XO Blend. Blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finish in heavily toasted and cognac casks. Wow. I was not getting a ton of cognac on this. 90.4 proof, totally understandable. I really thought it was barely even 100 proof on there, so I think definitely getting that one on this. This is $160. It's not bad. There are notes here, so let's check exactly why this is not available in the United States, only available in international airports and overseas. That's why it's in here. Well, okay then. So we can't really buy this, but it's actually really good. I get the toast on there. I think that's, a lot of vanilla coming through there. I think, and now that I know what it is, I'm getting much more toast on it all of a sudden, and on the nose and everything, which makes sense. I'm not really getting any cognac on that though, so maybe it's just not that strong of cognac. But that's really interesting. That's really good. I'm not sure if anybody's ever tried that and made that association to Weller 107 Squat, but I hope they did. And I hope you all enjoyed it. That's day 5. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in day 6 with hopefully some better guesses, maybe? We'll see.